for bad things to happen.
Slowly starts to stretch out as you guys can see her or him starting to wake on up. The moment he sees the centaur with his wound closed, he doesn't even notice his wound is closed. He just lets out a bright light, a green flame that starts to go around, blinding everyone. Roll your dex saving throw.
I have advantage on dex saving throw.
Everybody or just Yamaris?
Everybody who's around the prisoner in a 20-foot area.
Yeah.
Everybody except for me.
Alright, Brennan and Melody are fine. Oh, sorry, everybody. I just need Bearbeak. Oh, everybody's fine, but Yamiris is blind.
Mother! Fuck! I hate taking care of the captives! This is why I work in logistics! Fuck!
It's like, meanwhile, down at the bottom of the cliff, Ix is just like, bright flash of light behind her, turns around, just hears like someone cursing as loud as they can. It's like, I'm sure they're fine.
Brennan will just like immediately hex. Just throw his hex on this person.
Whoa.
Hold up. There is a reason.
Okay.
Charisma, disadvantage on charisma based.
Okay.
Stuff. Charisma based ability checks. So persuasion, deception, and intimidation.
And that's a performance.
Hard to
see what your hex does for who you follow. That's what I've been trying to find.
No, this is just a spell hex.
Yeah, no, it's just the spell hex.
So Marvin's dropped his weapon and his shield and is holding his hands up at the prisoner, and he turns to Tizric. It's like, hey, do you mind going for a walk maybe away from the prisoner?
Tizric gives out that little like horse like exhale thing.
10-foot radius of this creature. That's a better question real fast.
I believe, yeah.
Alright, just you three. Roll your wisdom saves now. See what they're packed. Alright, you succeed. You fail. This is fun. Alright, Yamiris is charmed and blind from this creature.
Oh, I can't be charmed. Oh no, I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, but it doesn't matter.
Charmed or frightened, one of the two. Pick either one. It's either you're scared as hell from this creature, or you're infatuated from this creature.
Wait, I get to choose being
charmed or frightened. Yes.
Well, doesn't he choose?
Yeah, he can. He just wants everyone away, so you're probably frightened.
Yeah, right now I'm frightened and blind.
And you're just running, like, hey, is someone gonna stop him from running?
Stumbling around.
Yamiris, stop.
Fuck!
Tizric, stop him.
I pick up Yamiris.
Run to it, Yamiris, and roll that strength.
Brennan will just say in Yamiris' head, please, I'm going to run off the side of the cliff.
Thank you.
You stop him.
God, my eyes.
Tizric, go for a walk, please.
Tizric gives out like a little, like, you know that I think horses do
the
tail?
snort, yeah.
Yeah, that little. She does that, then walks away.
But you have Yamiris on your back, right?
No, I guess
I will.
I'm just sitting down on the ground now, fucking rubbing at my eyes.
I'll just. Yeah, it was.
There was a small little fire of a bright green light, and it's slowly going away now.
Brennan will say into his head, I would suggest not casting any more spells unless you wish to be on the end of a sword or catching an eldritch blast to the face.
Can
You
he,
just hear-
can he understand you? Because he only speaks Elvish.
I think
if
His
they,
head.
if they understand one language, they can understand me.
Okay.
you just hear Ymir's muttering on the ground. Get a fucking stout.
Just a moment. We'll see if he means us harm. If not, but if he does, then by all means.
So only Marvin can understand him. This is great.
So Marvin's gonna put down his weapon and his shield and say, "Listen, I know you're in a place that is not familiar, but you need to understand the chains are for our safety. We patched up your wounds, and we just want to know what did this to you, where you're from, some things like that. Tizric is a part of our party. She won't hurt. I promise."
Great, a 19 on persuasion as he's talking to you.
Hmm?
He's persuading you. With
What?
disadvantage.
What is he saying?
He starts to speak in Elvish, a little skittish, a little scared. Starts to calm down just slightly. And say, just, half beasts, roam forest. Their corruption dealt with. Just little bits and pieces.
What is
Okay.
he persuading me?
But what is he persuading me of?
Beware the half creatures.
Well, of course.
So he's trying to make you scared of Tizric.
Oh, of Tizric. Do I have to roll a save against that, or what?
He's just persuading you so you understand his point of view at least.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. No, I completely understand. I saw one of them myself. However, Tizric is not a threat. We've been traveling with her for a while. She's not one of these corrupted ones. I can assure you of that.
Let's see here. Ooh. What's your charisma?
12.
Anyone higher?
18?
20.
It's like
19.
all three of the other people up there with him.
19.
All three of you can take the social cues of his body language. You know what? Roll perception real fast. All three of you that have a high enough charisma.
I'm going to roll with disadvantage because I'm blinded.
That's fine. Okay. This mate understands the situation a little bit better. You can notice the body language of he's in disbelief of whatever Marvin's telling him, and he doesn't seem to be willing to change his point of view for what they're talking about.
I will in his head attempt to say, or not attempt to say, I will just say, oh, come on, I assume, wait, has Marvin told us?
No,
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
you guys are speaking in Elven, so this is with his body language as you guys are speaking.
Okay, then I will wait until, I won't say anything. I don't know what's being said.
Well, if he's afraid and he's trying to convince me otherwise, I will say, how about this? Tizric will stay as far away from you as possible for now, while we figure out how we're going to deal with this. I promise. And Marvin kind of stands up and turns to the others, and Supernal tells them exactly what's his fears are.
I mean,
He starts
I guess
he starts to
if I was
realize-
being attacked by several Tizrigs, I'd be scared too.
I don't
He
think they
did
were
what?
Tizrics, though.
What does he start
afraid
doing?
Says, yes, she will be far away from me. As he turns around, puts up his shackled hands, and
Eldritch Blast.
The warlock should be well prepared of what's coming.
Eldritch Blast.
I wasn't going to say that. Someone that's been knocked out should recognize.
Oh no, I'm saying I Eldritch Blast.
Oh, you Eldritch Blast.
I aim for his kneecap.
Roll.
19.
That's definitely a hit.
10 points of damage.
Oh damn! You're hitting that thing.
And I will shout in his head, I told you, no magic.
Yeah. He's not forthcoming because you know how warlocks are.
Exactly. And
All
I
right.
told him no magic, and I told him no magic.
Eumeris gets up after he finally gets the light out of his eyes, like puts a hand on this guy's shoulder because he's just been sitting in the back and away from the people talking. Just puts the rapier that he took's blade against the dude's neck and tells Brennan to translate and saying, tell him to settle the fuck down or he bleeds out like a pig right here, right now.
Yeah, I'll put that into his head.
What the disadvantage is still on.
That's an auto succeed. You're terrifying.
Nat 20.
Is that really a nat 20? Oh shit! That's an auto success.
I basically just shot the dude in the knee, and then you, like a knife to his neck, like, just shut up and tell us what we need to know.
Because you know warlocks can be dangerous depending on who they follow. Because you just saw him summon almost a wildfire.
Yeah. I mean, hey, told him no magic. All I'm saying.
He didn't cast it. He's held up his hands like he was going to do.
Hey,
I thought he's bound from the back.
yeah.
Do I have to cut off this fucker's thumbs?
Probably wouldn't have.
You see the obvious sign of submission and mercy, but he still has that rather evil glare. He does not like being on this side of the sword, if you know what it is. For the warlocks to get the point of view.
Can Marvin speak to him?
Go ahead.
The unfortunate turn of events that just happened were entirely by your hand. You are aware of this, correct? We didn't mean you any harm until you started casting spells at us. We came from another continent and we crash landed here on our ship. We are simply trying to find the nearest town. Now, if you mean to do us harm, we will not hesitate, as you have seen my other companions. However, I don't want that to happen. I don't want your blood on my hands personally. So, God damn it. I'm always so nervous doing this. It's always going to
Can it be with advantage because he has a sword to his throat? Oh, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Could have been on the other side, then you could have seen Marvin bite his own tongue when he tries to speak. That would have been funny as hell, but oh well, can't have that. As you slowly convince this guy, he started to mumble something, a little more understanding, and saying, no hurt? I'm not going back. He looks at the ocean, and he's thinking about swimming. You can tell that he's not going anywhere near that forest again.
Well, you don't have to go back to the forest. You just tell us where the nearest town is, or tell us what's happening. How about that? Okay, well.
3 sons.
3 sons. Okay, why don't you tell us what's happening in the forest, and maybe we can protect you somehow, or, you know, kind of, you can stay on our ship for the length, and we can come back and take you somewhere else.
Well, you're a very good persuader. You got the guy who has a nat 20 on intimidation. He has no fucking choice. Good cop and goddamn kill you cop.
Shoot you in the shin. Just die over here.
So yeah, it's part of the fun that the barbarian can't have. You get to see 3 warlocks.
Dude, 2 warlocks in a what do you call this? A social interaction.
Yeah.
Things are gonna happen.
And you're all part of different packs, so you don't know what he does. All you know is staying near him when he first wakes up to a bad idea because you gotta see your mirrors just run
What?
when he first wakes
Okay,
up.
what's the point?
But over the past couple hours of your interrogation methods, he lets you know that the town is a bit further inland. He lets you know about the creatures being half elemental, like they're ventured from other planes with someone experimenting creatures together. He doesn't know where this is happening. He just knows that it's affecting the land and slowly destroying the towns that inhabit it, the forest. There are some ruins further up if you want to go check them out, but that's still 3 days. That's another 3 days to the west before you make a 2-day journey to the east to get back to the town.
3 days, 3 days.
3 suns and 2 suns, yes.
2 suns to get to the town?
2 suns to get to the town after the ruins, 3 suns to the ruins, 2 suns to the town, or make a beeline for the town if you want to.
I'm just calculating in my head supply-wise everyone's rations.
Yeah.
5 days.
Okay.
We could also scavenge for things along the way.
Sure,
Nobody an elf
but
here? No one's an elf, are they?
I'm a half elf.
Oh, then you know this is a drow.
Okay. So I've met half drows before
Yeah.
because of my plane was all half creatures.
Didn't know where else to go.
So during the interrogation, I do take some time to tend to his wounds a little bit. The wounds that were caused by Eldritch Blast.
And his inability to accept the situation of being bound up.
For sure. But I'll do it, you know. This is the one that...
No, just another
Boy.
fucking nat 20.
His knee like a motherfucker. You're like the world's greatest surgeon for just a few moments. His knee was shattered. You just picked up everything and sewed it together perfectly. Like nothing ever happened.
So I put a hand on his shoulder. It's like, listen, I know what happened to you was scary, but we're not going to hurt you, I promise. So with the information you've given us, we might be able to stop what's happening here. But this isn't, you're not in danger at the moment. As I'm saying that, I see Tizric's token move towards us.
Dun, dun.
Seeing all this emotion, she's like angrily like.
Creature, he doesn't think about magic. He takes off the manifolds and bolts.
Eldritch Blast again.
Whoa.
Eldritch Blast again.
Eldritch Blast.
She books it.
At like the ground where he's running to.
Which way is he running?
He's trying to jump off the cliff. He's like, nope, not doing
Oh.
Can
Um,
Eldritch Blast.
Actually, mage hand in front of him to like give him a shove.
Shove back to you guys or shove
Yeah,
off the cliff?
back to us.
5 pounds of force or 10 pounds of force.
Roll. Just roll a straight d20. Let's see what happens. It's not really enough. He like gets on the hand, recoils off of it, but he's still ready to jump because this creature's just coming at him.
Can Tizard grapple?
You really think that's the smartest idea? He bolted at the sight of you.
Tizric, please.
She's doing it. She's angry.
Marvin's screaming at her.
She's furious.
Marvin's furious at Tizric.
I assume that doesn't hit.
No. And he looks at you. He's kind of backed him in the corner. He considers his odds, and he just casts sleep
Oh shit.
onto Tizric. He does not want to deal with this creature.
I believe being Fey in origin, he can't be put to sleep.
Who?
If the centaurs are still Fey in origin, they can't be put to sleep by magical means.
I know I can't. I can't. And that's a Fey thing. Let me see.
Ancestry.
Yeah, Fey ancestry.
actually curious now. He doesn't know this, but he is just freaking terrified of this creature.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, in the case. It
Yeah, I need to
happens.
go look at the centaur. Because I'm playing the character, I'm not playing the game knowledge of it. So it's either
Looking at
physically
it.
long or freaking get an Eldritch Blast from him.
Creature type is Fey rather than humanoid.
Trying to find centaur. Where the fuck are they? There they are.
They do not technically have Fey ancestry, but I believe the Fey type allows that, but I'm not.
Creature type is Fey. Okay, let's look at that.
Your creature type is Fey rather than humanoid.
This question has actually been asked. I'm curious now.
I mean, Fey ancestry. I would assume being straight Fey would also warrant that.
Because I am straight up
Not
Fey.
all Fey have dark vision, and not all Fey are immune to sleep. So he is a Fey creature, not Fey ancestry.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah. As he is.
I was just trying to.
Yeah, no, I had to read because like, oh shit. Sleep's a wisdom save, isn't it? Or is it
No, he just rolls a die, and if it's higher than her health, she falls asleep.
How much
HP do you
HP?
have at level 2?
23.
Oh, you're still awake, but you feel this grogginess coming over you. Did you play along and calm him down, or do you stay on your full path?
Marvin's also screaming at her at this point to back off.
At this, Brennan, seeing that Eldritch Blast didn't work, will attempt Tasha's hideous laughter.
Make your plan.
Yeah, no, he's just going to attempt that. Like, you realize how funny it is that you're attempting essentially commit suicide instead of allow a friend of ours to come to you.
Well, he just did not one.
And he's laughing hysterically.
Yeah. What does Tiz do?
Pick him up.
Alrighty, you pick him up. Roll that strength.
That's athletics.
It's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, no, he does not let you touch him. He does not want to be picked up or even.
Well, he's prone.
Yeah, he's prone. He's essentially he is incapacitated, so he can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Auto succeeds.
Damn.
Like, meanwhile, with Ixmir, right quick.
Wow.
She's just playing
Not gonna take
She-
the screaming and the spells going off his staff. This is natural.
Hey, Xmir's doing her job.
Yeah, she's keeping watch on the bridge. Like every so often, like she looks back down at her cards while playing solitaire. Notice she runs out of moves, and she's like looks around real quick, lifts over the deck, gets some cards that she needs, and put it back down.
Cheating and solitaire.
And Brennan will just look over at Yamaris and say, "Would you like the honors, or shall I?"
After you.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, wait. He's on Tizric's back. She's picking him up.
As she's picking him up, essentially as a target, Eldritch Blast.
Any reason for the Eldritch Blast?
Well, I mean, we told him anymore. And the threatened, being threatened that if he moves or does anything, he's gutted like a pig.
Mm.
And lawful evil, so I mean...
Yeah, go ahead. Roll that oldest class, both of you. That's a miss.
I'm abstaining and watching as it sails by, but I was looking as though I was about to, and then seeing the fact that like Marvin turned toward us in like terror, watching the blast fly by. Just holds it and is like, I've had enough of this. Just lock him up or something.
Tizrig, furious, just holds him tight, like so he can't move. But
He's still
she's not doing.
laughing.
She's not doing anything. She's just restraining.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to make this better, but it keeps getting so much worse every second.
Making it worse.
You're making it worse.
He is. He's running
You're
away.
the one who came up and scared him. I told you.
it only lasts up to a minute, so after the minute.
Do you guys want to call it session here and figure out what you want to do with the stranger next, or do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Boom! All pots filled.
Now,
Another perfect game from Ixmir herself.
how are you guys liking the overall campaign?
Yeah, I gotta go. But
All right.
I didn't like getting fucking nay-nayed in that fight, but besides that was good.
Yeah. Hey, the only damage Brennan took was from friendly fire.
Yeah, so technically speaking, we actually beat ourselves up more than the boss did, okay? So, appreciate that.
I don't think him hitting me for, 19 is more than Brennan taking 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, it's the trust in your friendship that took the damage, though.